you could be lawfully minimizing your taxes. So everything that I make, I don't pay taxes and I don't report anything because I'm under the church. To a lower tax bracket or to nothing at all. I only have churches. Nothing's in my name, nothing. I don't have to go and fill out a 990 or a 1023 or let the IRS know how much I made, because I am actively working in churches separate from the state. You don't have jurisdiction. This is my private property. So I took years to study the IRS and got myself out of IRS debt and student loans.
That's fire.
That's beautiful.
Wow, that's fire.
This is my partner in crime.
Yeah. Like, this is what it's all about. You gotta think. Church, separation between church and state. Church, that's God.
Right.
Exclusive equity, that's God.
I only heard about you getting wins with equity. I heard about equity from you. From this guy named, I forgot his name, but Jack.
Yeah.
Because he read Cracking the Code, the IRS. It's a book called Cracking the Code.
Hey, we might as well get to this one.
We already.
We need. I thought you might have been, but I was like, hold on, let me say something real quick. We need this or not? We good? Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, I haven't had the class or anything. But Jack told me, he said, all I know is that this guy is getting wins.
Yeah.
Talking about you.
Yeah.
And his brother joined you. Like, his brother, I think, came to the seminar. Maybe it was a white guy in the seminar. I don't know. But he was telling me about you. And that's when I first turned you on. I was like, what is he talking about? Like, I had never, all the stuff that I've studied, I've never heard of equity. And this is crazy. And so I just binged. I just signed up and just start watching you. And then you came out and said, we're going to do a live event.
So she told me, she heard about you a week before.
Right.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I'm out.
It'd be crazy. It's crazy.
We end up here.
Right.
She just found out a week before.
Yeah.
Bro,
But it was what he said.
I was even talking to her before because she won the game, right? So it was like, yo, she get the free consultation. But it was it was really crazy because I'm gonna tell you why. It's because typically when I give people consultations or even talk to them, I never look at their profile to see anything. But for some reason, I looked at hers and I was like, oh, okay, I forget everything that was on there, but I'm like, oh shoot, basically she knows some stuff. Okay, so we had the phone call, and I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, it's crazy how this aligns. I'm like, she does PMAs. I'm like, she don't even know. I probably still didn't tell you. I'm like, I literally been at Stephanie, my chief of administration.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've literally been telling her for the past probably at this point 6 months maybe. Mm-hmm. Yo, ask LegalZoom or we need to figure out who's doing PMAs.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
That's
she asked
crazy.
and LegalZoom was like, nah.
That is so crazy.
And I'm like, cause I got one, I told you, but I'm like, I don't quite understand it the way you do, and I'm like, yeah, I can defend myself, but I'm trying to prevent from getting into a situation.
To have to,
right?
Yeah.
But I'm like, so because of that, I'm gonna pump the brakes on it a tad bit, and when it makes sense, I'm gonna get around to it, and here we are.
That's crazy. And you saw how excited I was. No, I was so excited.
There's no reason for you to even be in court for it.
Oh yeah. It's out of their jurisdiction.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with it.
Right. It's out. Church is separate from the state. Period. Period. That's what it means, right? Anything else is a violation of the First Amendment. You have the freedom of religion, right? And so that's what I was talking about. Tell him what you learned today.
So here's the thing about that. So you can do a First Amendment abatement. You can do that as basically, you know, as a minister for the church, you can do a First Amendment abatement. I literally have one.
Wow.
Yeah, I have one.
What does that mean?
That's crazy.
Like a First Amendment abatement. Why would you need to do that? You know?
Well, okay, from that perspective, it's like a separation of church and state. And as a minister, you're doing God's work.
Yep.
Well, if you're doing God's work, you're following God's laws. Well, what's God's law? It's exclusive equity jurisprudence, exactly what we educate people on. And so you essentially get common law, and then when there's not an adequate remedy, at common law, equity will step in. Well, as ministers, we're making it a controversy from the get-go, from the beginning. Why? Because we're doing God's work, and God's law is exclusive equity. Like common law, it's like common law is like, it's like common law is like man's law and it's too harsh, right? That's why exclusive equity came about.
Right.
It's the moral, the way I like to put it is, when the law, you might be in this situation and the law says one thing, right? And you like, man, I know the law says that, but man, it don't seem like, that just don't seem right. Right, because morally it probably isn't right? So that's exclusive equity. Then it's like, okay, you want to plead exclusive equity because then that's the jurisprudence that will expand and find a remedy for you, because common law does not have a remedy for you. So that's like the objective of the abatement, and just to express the, just the jurisdiction, this guy's jurisdiction, right? So you're expressing everything about that jurisdiction, and how, the analogy under the Constitution, which is essentially you're a private American within the Union, which is that's the private jurisdiction, to keep it simple.
Right.
So yeah, you're expressing all that. Meanwhile, the public side, the opposing side, they want to say, hey, you're a public, you're a citizen,
Right.
In the territory jurisdiction, which is, under Congress and, under executive branch, which, jam you up every day.
Right. Exactly.
That's crazy. No, that's a lot to
Tell him what we discussed today.
Okay.
Yeah, tell me what y'all got into.
Try to break it
I'm
down.
trying to do my best.
Okay.
Okay. So from my understanding, kind of how like a lot about what you speak on is like, well, when your parents sign the birth certificate, you're basically operating as a government entity, right? Okay. So when you do a PMA or operate as a church,
What is a PMA?
I can't get the term. I don't know the term off the top of my head. You gotta remind me. What is it? Private membership association. So then, that basically, when you set that up, you are operating. It's like a membership. So it's between the parties involved and
Right.
everybody else.
Right.
And that's what a church is. And when you are set up as a church, there's no outside entities allowed, right?
Right. Okay,
So,
but
the
but what's the
government-
IRS code that references that?
I don't know.
Okay.
But basically,
That's good.
your private, your rights under God are being protected from. I can't explain it.
You're doing good though.
I want to say you're being protected from like the government, but I don't know if that's the right way to put it.
I'm shooting content. Text me. You about to come through?
You did good. You're doing good.
I get like the general concept, but like breaking it down, I can't. I gotta learn more.
Yeah, absolutely. But why should you have a tax exempt entity? Why should everybody have a tax exempt entity?
So they can enjoy life. Basically. I don't know. Basically, it's your right. Under God. Like,
I'm sorry, I mean, do you like paying taxes? Let's start there.
so you don't have to pay taxes, yeah. And it's like,
Do you
And
know
it's
why
lawful.
you pay taxes?
you say, do I know why?
Yeah.
Because we signed up to. We agreed to it.
What was your question?
I said, do you know why you pay taxes?
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Basically, because we agreed to it.
When?
When you were born. Well, like your parents signed for the birth certificate.
Yeah, I mean essentially that's where it begins. That's where you obtain a lien on your estate, that security interest from the government. That's where it begins, yeah.
But then you take over
When do we take over?
when you start signing their contracts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So like when I made an LLC for my business, I agreed to pay taxes.
'Cause that
Yeah,
belongs
when
to
you
the
got
state.
when you got that EIN from the IRS, that's a taxable EIN.
Exactly. Because the IRS knows what's taxable and what's not.
Yeah.
Uncle Sam want their money. They don't care if you the royals.
Right. But like, but you get taxed even without an EIN though. So when do you sign up for that?
What do you mean?
Like,
On
You
your
gonna
social security number?
I guess.
You mean?
I mean, just in general, you're gonna be taxed like on items, products, and all type of stuff. Yeah.
Even if I worked a regular job.
I mean, you can get like around that, but it just get annoying.
Yeah. It's too much.
So I just quit. But like I used to go everywhere and be like, "Hey, this is my tax exempt number." Yeah. And if they get pushback, I would be like, I would tell everybody, be like, "Yeah, I know. This is how you deal with that." You ask them, "Okay, well, how do you deal with Indians? Because I know they're not coming here paying taxes. You treat me the same way. So whatever that process is, you do that for me too.
Right.
Here's my tax exempt number. So you gotta take a picture or however y'all do it, call management, whatever. But then it's like everywhere you go, you gotta wait 5, 10 minutes, 20 minutes or whatever. It's like, yeah, I ain't got time for that. I'm like, I'll just pay the tax. Like if it's something huge, then like, yeah, if I'm gonna save a few hundred or a G or something like that, then yeah, come on with that. Yeah, a G can make that make sense. You know what I mean?
Get that, the tax exempt number.
What do you mean? The EIN?
No, the tax exempt number.
So like,
The EIN.
yeah.
Oh, that's the
Yeah.
number?
But it's how you fill out the form.
Okay.
That the IRS knows exactly what you're doing.
Okay.
You see what I mean? Like people don't know how to fill out the form. People don't understand the difference between a 501c3 and a 508c1a.
Yeah.
People don't understand about standard and itemized deductions. They don't understand what the W-4 is, the W-2, the 1099, the 1023, the 990.
Yeah.
They're just filling these things out and they don't understand what it is. Because really, you're perjuring yourself when you sign those forms.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
It's
And
kind of
so-
like when you trying to do something online and they got the agreements and the terms and agreements. You don't read, you just click accept. I do that all the time.
Because most of the churches that you see out here are 501c3s, right? And that's under the state. So if the state decided to pull it, they could. Like when COVID came or whatever, all the churches had to shut down, right? But the private businesses didn't shut down
Okay.
because there's no jurisdiction. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that's the difference. So you want to put yourself in a situation where there's no jurisdiction.
Okay.
Whether you're doing what Amir teaches or not, you can have a tax exempt entity on this other side. You see what I mean?
Yeah. Well, my question would be, how is it that?
Hold on. So, real quick, with the 508, the free church. So during COVID, we helped so many people issuing religious exemptions,
Oh, yep.
Wait,
expressing equity.
well,
You
got-
did?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
so, like common law and equity, because like I basically was telling them, all right, so this is how we would do it. In my religious exemption, the meat of it was I would be challenging their authority. So the language would be that of a quo warranto. And then I would tie in the equity, which would basically be like, hey, if you're going to go beyond your authority and infringe upon my rights, then I'm going to liquidate your company. Then the equity comes into place because I'm liquidating your company. Now there's a resulting trust to which there has to be a beneficiary, which obviously would be me because I'm the one liquidating your company, and that's the equity. And so that's how that was the meat of our religious exemptions that we were.
Because people went
issuing.
right back to the 508c1a, basically. You know what I mean?
Straight from the
I mean,
508.
that is amazing. Many people wrote letters and just said it's against my religion. And they had to honor that. Right? And so that tells you the power of your religion, right? No one can infringe on it if you know that you have it.
Right.
You see what I mean? And so everyone should have a tax exempt. I don't care if you're a W-2, it doesn't matter. You could be lawfully minimizing your taxes to a lower tax bracket or to nothing at all. You know, people don't even realize this year you can donate 60% of your W-2 to a church.
Yeah.
The difference is the church is your church.
Right.
Yo, that's lit.
It's a mere foundation. Like, I mean, that's this year. You know, COVID time, it was 100%. People don't even know. You
I
know,
definitely did
next
know
year
that.
it'll probably go back down to 50.
Yeah.
But still, from January to December, if you're given half of what you make every time you get paid, you may even get a check back. You know, people don't understand that. Right. Like,
I barely understand.
but everything that you make right now off of this LLC should be a donation. This should be a church.
Yeah.
Are you not helping us right now?
Yeah.
Right.
We fellowshipping right
We're
now.
fellowshipping. This is a fellowship.
The church is a trust.
Oh,
The church is a trust, absolutely.
okay.
It's
Wait,
ecclesiastical.
explain that a little more.
It's an ecclesiastical church. Trust. But go ahead.
So, all right. So the best way, all right. Let me say the best way to look at it is,
Well, we would have to, what exactly is a trust first, though?
so, all right. So that's a good question.
Yeah, that's a very good
All right,
question.
so what is a trust? It's basically an entity at the heart of it, it's an entity to protect, your assets.
Beneficiaries.
Okay.
And so your asset could be monetary, it could be a secret, a promise, it could be basically something of value that is, I don't want to say in confidence, even though that's a good term to use, but the best way to put it is like a secret. So like I like to tell people, to give an example. If I tell you a secret and be like, yo, I don't really like Adrian, don't tell nobody. Or, or I don't really like Adrian, only tell Dr. V that. So we just created a trust. I'm trusting you with the secret. But the asset, the trust asset is the actual secret, which is, hey, I don't like Adrian. The beneficiary of that is Dr. V. So that's how we create just like trust every day. So it's an entity to basically protect your asset.
Okay. So basically, the trust or the church is protecting you.
So that's one way to look at it in terms of you being members. And so you're going into church. You're trusting the pastor, right? To
Deliver.
to deliver
a
God's
message
law.
to you.
To deliver God's law.
Okay.
That's the best way to put it. And so you can be, and you're receiving the benefit of that. And so you got the grantor, which is essentially whoever, you can say God is the grantor, or you can say whoever created the church, however you want to split it. But you could look at both ways like that. And then the beneficiaries is basically
Like the receiver.
what's the term?
For
The congregation?
Yeah, congregation.
Right.
Yeah, the congregation. And then you got the trustee, which would be the pastor.
Okay.
so in this scenario, he right now could be the grantor of this trust right here that we have,
Okay.
and you're the beneficiary. So like, let's say I'm the trustee, he's the grantor, you're the trustee, you're the beneficiary, you're getting this information
Okay.
from the grantor. You
Right.
see what I mean? So it's right here.
Yeah.
It's just right here.
So you.
There's always a trust.
Okay. So you. Okay. Say you told her to tell me something.
Mm-hmm.
You're trusting her to get that information to me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So trustee manages the asset
Okay.
and follows the instructions
Okay. And if she doesn't, then she's breaking the trust.
in breach of trust.
Okay.
Right. He just gave me this bottle of water
Right.
and said, give it to you
Mhm.
at what particular time. It could be tomorrow, it could be next week,
Mhm.
right? I'm holding on to this until he's giving me instructions to give it to you.
Yeah.
And then I give it to you,
Right.
and you're the beneficiary.
Right.
But I was responsible for it,
Right.
and he trusted me to be responsible for it.
Okay.
That's happening 24 hours a day.
And in like unlimited scenarios.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So then you gotta think, okay, if I give her the water, right, to give to you, but then if she takes the water and then go sells it to Adrian, she's in breach of trust,
Right.
and she owes me the money that she made.
Okay.
But then I'll tell you how equity works.
Love it.
Then if Adrian sold it to T and then T sold it to Prada, right? So the way equity works is I get all of that, like any fund
Beautiful.
that this bottle of water touched, or like the money that she made from selling this bottle of water,
Yeah.
if we can trace that and it touched any other funds, then I'm entitled to all of those funds from every person.
Right.
That's the way equity works. So those she made, let's say she made $10, but if they kept selling it, $10 each time, then I get all that. Well, that's $60.
Right.
I get all that.
Okay. And that's because it never got to where it's supposed to go.
And that's because
breached.
she breached the trust and she commingled special funds, private funds with public funds,
So-
or with any other funds. It don't matter because they had specific directions. With I never told her to do anything but give it to you.
Right. So do you need a contract for that, or just off verbal?
Did I need a contract?
No, written or
You gotta
implied.
think. There's no contract here, but there's a trust.
Yeah.
If I tell you a secret, did we write that down on paper?
Nah.
I just told you.
Okay.
It's a verbal trust. That's what I was going over, in Vegas.
Okay. So when you go to court, they're supposed to. Their job is to settle, like say she breached the trust. The court's job is to settle that.
Yeah, so she's going to be penalized because she's a trustee and breach of trust, and then they got to make the beneficiary whole,
Yeah.
which court of equity will do.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and so you got to think every transaction is wrapped, like it has an insurance wrap, so they can always pay out and make somebody whole.
Okay. So how does the?
So, go ahead. I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna ask, how does the church tie into that?
Well, I was gonna say on this part with this is a LLC, right? What you're running, right? We stop dealing with the LLC and set up your church. Then every time Matisse Academy or anyone compensates you for your work or your performance, that is a donation to you. And then you can go and spend that donation any way you want because it's in your church and not you.
Yeah.
You see what I mean?
Okay.
So like I told Amir before, I only have churches.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing's in my name. Nothing. The car is in the church. Everything that I have is in my churches, right? And so when I get a donation, I don't have to report it to anyone. The IRS code tells you that, right? I don't have to go and fill out a 990 or a 1023 or let the IRS know how much I made because I am actively working in churches separate from the state. you don't have jurisdiction. This is my private property that I'm deciding to get donations for.
Okay.
Everybody should have that.
Yeah.
You know, and if you're a W-2 and you can donate from your adjusted gross income, now I'm not talking about your net, 50% into a church.
Yeah.
Why can't that church be your church?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? It's so much you can do with it. If you get a church,
50%, bro.
50%, it's right in the IRS code. But, you know, Warren Buffett knows that.
Bro, when you get to the end of the year and got to spend $200,000,
My Lord.
You can get 50% of that.
No, it's he has a
you'll be
you have a
struggling,
LLC,
bro.
right?
You'll be
You have a
struggling.
LLC?
I got, yeah, we got a few LLCs. Yeah.
With everything that
LLCs.
he got nothing but churches. Because his work is church.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
Imagine if all that money was going to his church.
Right.
And he can just spend it the way he wants. Because everything is around church.
All right, come in.
Y'all good? Yeah.
Yeah, but y'all can come in. Oh, okay. We just kicking this conversation. You feel me? We was just going in.
What do you do?
I do PMAs for companies.
No, I don't even know what that means, so you're going to have to say that. Because I know it's somebody else.
Private membership associations.
Talk that talk.
So I create tax exempt entities. So all these LLCs and all these structures that people have, they really don't need. They can operate their business under the church because people don't understand what the definition of church is because they think four walls and a minister, when actually it's a business. And the IRS doesn't define church, and people don't know that.
That's fire.
They can't define church because it would be a violation of their First Amendment rights. Mm-hmm. So I took years to study the IRS and got myself out of IRS debt and student loans.
That's
So,
fire.
That's beautiful.
what I do.
Wow, that's fire.
This is my partner in crime.
I'm saying, like,
Just so y'all know,
that is
this is my partner in crime,
Yeah, that's
Dr.
crazy.
V.
No, that's hard. Like,
Like, I'm respecting the floor because this is
Dang.
all great.
yeah, no.
But
I
at
mean,
the
I
end
didn't
of
even
the
know
day,
it
I
was
don't have to-
possible.
Absolutely.
I never even thought of that being any type of thing.
What?
And
Like,
that's
That's
what
the
do
power
you-
of exposure.
What
Well,
do
you
you
gotta
do
think
that's
that's
not a
what we all
ministry?
about.
You definitely need to slide out so I can take
Yeah.
you to lunch because I need to pick your ear too.
I
Like,
told you, like this is what it's all about. You gotta think church, separation between church and state. The church, that's God.
Right.
Exclusive equity, that's God.
he just flexed. He says, yeah.
Many of you guys do that's not really a ministry when you think about it. Because you got to understand what the word ministry means. Because the IRS can't touch it. They can't even define it. It would
Right.
be a violation. So you're helping people.
Right.
That's ministry.
Yeah, let me get your information.
Right?
Like I always say, we fellowshipping right now.
Yeah.
That's
This is
crazy.
ministry, Right.
This is church, right?
You know,
And the
people
church
don't-
is a
people don't
trust.
understand
Wow.
IRS. They don't understand deductions. They don't understand standard itemized. They don't understand any of those things. They don't even understand the LLC, the W-2, the W-4, the W. What are these things? People don't really take the time to learn what they are, but it's right there in front of you if you really learn the codes.
That's
So everything
hard.
that I make, I don't pay taxes and I don't report anything because I'm under the church.
No, that's different.
Yeah, I'm saying then you gotta think, bro.
Yeah, I'm glad I came today. Like,
See, y'all gotta understand before the average person, you gotta think when we talk about this stuff,
Yeah.
like they scared of tax debt,
Yep.
they scared of going to jail, they scared of these types of things,
it's
right?
fear, right.
But you gotta ask yourself, like, I mean, y'all believe in God, right? You try to
Right.
follow God's law in every other situation in your life, right?
Mm-hmm.
But what we're expressing to you is God's law, God's authority. Why are you scared? Why are you scared of following God now? Even if you think back to yourself in your life, when has God never seen, never helped you through situations, in your life?
Yeah.
I'm sure you have 100% success rate. You and God got a 100%
that's a fact.
success rate
That's a fact. That's
going through
hard.
life together.
That's a
What's
bar.
the evidence? You hear it right now, right?
That's a bar. No, that's a bar.
So why be scared of following God's law? In fact, I mean, you've been
That's the real
following,
thing, yeah.
you've been following this way, and you've been paying taxes. You're tired of paying taxes. You've been trying to get out of debt or whatever. You might have even hired a lawyer. Yeah, might have got knocked off a little bit, but you still had to pay him fees and stuff like that, right?
Right.
try something different. You should be following God's law anyways. You follow His law in every other situation in your life.
That's a fact.
And if I asked you where the IRS, where your money is going, you wouldn't know.
Yo,
Well,
he
my
just
thing-
hit us with something
my thing-
crazy. He just hit us with the Bowie 101.
100% success rate. I heard it. I'm like, you been paying attention, man. He's been paying attention.
That's
Bro,
crazy.
he's never explained it that way before.
I'm gonna make it make sense.
No, that's lit.
I said I definitely feel that to the fullest.
Yeah.
No, that's
To the
good.
fullest, man.
It's lit. It's lit.
But that's why I don't worry about nothing, because I'll be like, man, everything I know is just really up here. So
Up there.
I'm glad y'all pulled up,
Get
bro.
back to
Like,
it.
I don't get to talk to people like this, bro. We don't get to, you know what I'm saying? No offense to anybody, but me and A don't get to have these conversations pretty often. Like,
Nah, yeah.
Nah, that's
Likewise,
true.
though.
that's how it be for all of
Yeah.
us.
For sure.
Carter, what do you do?
I leverage credit, access capital, business funding, and we take that money to buy businesses and buy real estate.
That's awesome.
That's
That's
different.
awesome. That's awesome.
That's different, bro. He said buy businesses.
Yeah, we bought a business in Detroit, a group home, and this was within my community. So you know, I'm taking people that have 9-to-5 jobs, like they're not coming from rich backgrounds. I'm teaching them how to access capital so we could do next level stuff.
Wow,
You know,
that's awesome.
these individuals probably never thought in their life they will own a business, have a piece of real estate, do a flip, do a buy and hold. But I'm guiding them all the way through that process.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Have you heard of infinite banking?
Yes.
Do you do infinite banking?
I don't.
Oh,
But
okay.
I have heard
Right.
it. Yeah. I mean, I got a cash value policy and stuff, but I have so much capital coming from different places that I don't tap into it, but it's there growing.
You heard the flex?
Yeah.
I got so much capital.
So much.
No, but see, that's another thing though, T.
So it is actually earning compound interest.
Yep. That's
Because
another.
that's infinite banking.
Yep.
Yeah. 'cause-
Correct.
Yeah, I have that. That's what I keep most of my money in my policies.
And
For
you don't
sure.
pay no taxes on it.
No, I don't.
No,
I don't.
and
pay-
I'll just look.
Oh, yeah, I don't pay taxes at all. Okay.
Yeah.
I
That
don't
was the
pay
flex.
taxes at all.
Nah, that's
you
the
know?
flex.
That's how you leave the public and go into the private.
That is
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
Like-
No, I don't pay taxes at all.
But
Flex.
where
That's the
where
flex.
in
I love it.
where in the tax code or
That's my
where
partner in
anywhere
crime.
do you see that IRS mandates you to pay taxes? I've never
It's
seen
not
that in
there.
black and white.
There's 3 places in the Constitution where they mention taxes.
Mm-hmm.
And every time they mention taxes, it's about a portion. So that means if I go to the gas station and I have to pay 35 cents for extra for my gas,
Sure.
when you come up behind me, you're paying that same 35 cents.
Right.
It's nothing about the tax brackets or anything that the IRS created. In fact, Title 26
Excise
doesn't even refer to us.
Right.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is, right? So it's not. It's
He
not
knew it. He knew it.
It's volunteer.
Yeah, that part I don't
I mean,
know as well as her, but
I have
know
the
it.
Supreme
But
Court
that's
cases
dope.
that
That's
say
dope.
it. You
That's
see
just
what I mean?
voluntary,
Yeah.
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Because nobody really knows who's listening to who.
Right.
That's the problem.
Yep.
And we're all speaking different languages.
Yep.
We
Ooh,
speak
that's
plain
a bore.
English and legalese.
Right.
It's 2 different languages.
That's a bore.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah, these high
if you don't
frequency
know where
conversations
the
right here.
where the road
Yeah.
stops,
Right.
then you're just on a conveyor belt doing what everybody else does.
Sure.
Right.